Question 22. A. Solve 2x squared plus 9x minus 7 equals 0. Give your solutions correct to 3 significant figures. Now, that is a quadratic expression. You've got the x squared part, an x part, and then a bit with no letter at all. The part here, when it says give your solutions correct to 3 significant figures, that implies that we are not going to factorise it as you would normally, i.e. putting it into 2 brackets and getting 2 answers. What we're going to use is the quadratic formula which has been given at the start. Okay, so if you can't remember it, there it is, but you need to know that sometimes you need to use it. And you use it when you have to solve a quadratic expression, and the clue to use it is that it will ask you to round your answer. Because if you're going to get a rounded answer, you will not be able to factorise it normally using normal methods. You're going to use the quadratic formula. So I'm going to put that in. So that is x equals minus b plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, so all of that, all over 2a. Now remember, a, b and c stand for the numbers in the expression, a being 2 at the front, b being the 9, and c being the 1 at the end, minus 7. I'll write these again. A is 2, b is 9, c is minus 7. Now the hardest bit about this is being careful with negatives. So let's put it in. X equals minus b, that means minus 9, plus minus square root b squared, so 9 squared, I'll put that in now as 81, minus 4 times a, so times 2, times minus 7. Now I'm going to put these in brackets because it's minus whatever all that is. So I'm going to put minus whatever all that is, and I'm going to work that out next. All over 2 a's, so 2 times 2, 2 2's, which is 4. Okay, so now I'm going to write it out again, but this time even more simple, or simplified. Minus 9 plus or minus square root of 81 take away. Now I'm going to write the answer to that now. So it's 4 times 2 is 8. Whoops. 4 times 2 is 8 multiplied by minus 7. Now 8 times 7 is 56. So 8 times minus 7 is minus 56. So it's 81 subtract minus 56 over 4. So now you've got, doing it again, x equals minus 9 plus or minus square root 81 plus 56. 81 plus 56 is 137. So the square root of 137 over 4. So it does say give your solutions, plural, because there's going to be 2, because that's why we've got this plus and minus here. So our first solution is going to be minus 9, which, and don't use that minus there, don't use the subtract button, it's this one here, minus 9 plus the square root of 137, that's the top, divide that by 4, gives that, and it wants 3 significant figures, so get into decimals, and that is 0. And you start counting at the 6, remember? So let's see if you can see that. There we go. So it's 6, 7, 6. The next number is a 1. So that's small, so we don't round up the 6, so it's 0.676. 3 significant figures. And then there's another answer, which we get by using the minus. So minus 9, subtract square root of 137, divide that by 4, and this time we get minus 5.176 and so on. three significant figures, start counting at the 5 or minus 5. So 1, 2, 3. 6 is big, so it pushes the 7 up to 8, so it's minus 5.18. So that's done. Right, part B, tricky one. Solve 2 over y squared plus 9 over y minus 7 equals 0. Now when you get a question like this and you've got a part B and it says solve, and it seems random, some random expression they want you to do, well, B is nearly always somehow connected to A. So have a look at B and have a look at A and see if you can tell the difference. They both equal 0. They both have a minus 7. That one's got 9x. This one's got 9 over y. That one's got 2x squared. This one's got 2 over y squared. Now remember, 2 over y squared is the same as 2 times 1 over y squared. And 9 over y is the same as 9 multiplied by 1 over y. Minus 7 equals 0. So if you look now, the difference might become more clear. You've got a 2 up there, a 2 here. Instead of x squared, you've got 1 over y squared. You've got a 9 up there and a 9 here. Instead of x, you've got 1 over y. So you can see that x is equal to 1 over y. X is equal to 1 over y. So we need to give solutions correct to three significant figures. We want to find out what y is, but we know that x is equal to 1 over y. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange that. If x is equal to 1 over y, I'm going to multiply by y both sides. That means y x equals 1. Then to get y on its own, to make it the subject, I'm going to divide both sides by x to get rid of that. So y is equal to 1 over x. So now I can work out y's just by using the x's we had before. So y is equal to 1 over 0.676 and y is equal to 1 over minus 5.18. Now it's always best to use the numbers that you had in the calculator and then round again. So I've already got minus 5.176 in, so I'm going to do 1 divided by that answer, and it gives me minus 0.193. It says three significant figures, so yep, minus 0.193, and the other one, I'm going to do it again, minus 9 plus square root of 137 divided by 4. So remember, that's the original answer I had here. And I'll do 1 divided by that, and that gives us 1.478907.136. Three significant figures, that is 1, 2, 3, 8 is big, so it pushes the 7 up by 1, so it's 1.48. Done. Tough question.